Hi, and welcome to another edition of Knobtown Sessions. Today we have back in the studio Kansas City guitarist and band frontperson Jason Vivone for our third Breakdown Sesh. As a reminder, these sessions are intended to break down public domain songs in American music, talk about them, and then play them. Jason had a great show on community radio here in Kansas City for years called The Boogie Bridge. If you listen to that, you know what's coming. In this episode, Jason talks about the song Guitar Rag. If you're a fan of slide guitar, you want to listen to this one. It shows how American music is really a combination of music from around the world. And this episode touches on that. So enjoy Jason Vivone and his talk and rendition of Guitar Rag.
Okay, Guitar Rag. Guitar Rag comes from a guy named Sylvester Weaver. And Guitar Rag, I like it too because it tells the history of slide guitar. So when we see Muddy Waters and, the footage of these old guys playing slide, and they're playing like this. So Hawaiian music was this huge breakthrough, and it's unusual to think about it now. An era before there were a lot of recordings, sheet music of Hawaiian music was all over the place. People loved it. And Hawaiian, so the Hawaiian lap steel, they play like this. So lap steel started going around, lap guitar, and then variations on it. And it's weird because now we find trends on YouTube, we turn on the TV, we have records. And imagine in 1915, you didn't have this kind of stuff. If you saw it at the movies, it was a silent movie. How would you know what that instrument did? So the blues guys in Mississippi were hearing this sound, wanted to copy that Hawaiian guitar sound, but still do it with the hand this way and not the hand over. So that's where Sylvester Weaver comes in. So Guitar Rag, some folklorists, I don't know enough about this, to be honest, says that it's very similar to some Hawaiian songs at the time. And it makes perfect sense. You want the sound of the chord going into the next. It's a great thing, delicious thing about it. But so the Hawaiian sound is affecting the blues guys. And then the hillbilly guys, the country guys, that's where dobro comes from. But they're playing overhanded too. And then there you can silence more strings. And Sylvester Weaver's got this great little drum going on the low string that is a little harder if you're overhand. But so the Hawaiian guys inspired this song by Sylvester Weaver. And then the hillbilly guys and the Texas Western swing guys heard Sylvester Weaver's version, and they're like, oh, that's inspired by that Hawaiian music. And Bob Wills had Leon McCullough was his steel guitar player. And it's a great showcase for the steel guitar rag, and plays it. And then kind of became a standard for Western swing, but it started with Sylvester Weaver. Then in the 50s, some instrumental bands, garage bands were doing it. And guys like Les Paul were doing amazing versions of Guitar Rag too. But it's kind of the history of slide guitar and how it's moved from culture to culture. And I think that's one thing I really like about it.